على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولقد أوحينا إلى موسى أن أسر بعبادي فاضرب لهم طريقا في البحر يبسا لا تخاف دركا ولا تخشى فأتبعهم فرعون بجنوده فغشيهم من اليم ما غشيهم وأضل فرعون وقومه وما هدى صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Taha, continuing with the story of Hazrat Musa, and here after the encounter with the magicians and the truth becoming apparent to everybody, the magicians accepted Islam themselves, because the true deen in every time, every day and age is Islam. So they became Muslim and they submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they became martyrs and did not care about it, were not afraid of Fir'aun. And as we had said last time, Fir'aun also punished and killed his wife, tried to punish her, torment her, torture her and kill her. Fir'aun still did not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and continued with his ways of torturing and enslaving Bani Israel. And then afterwards there is mention in the Quran of several punishments, several warnings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Fir'aun afterwards to bring him to faith, but he chose to turn away and not pay heed to any of the advices that was given to him. Finally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, allowed him to leave that place, and his exit Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made in such a way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it in such a wondrous way. So these ayat, they talk about this part of the story. وَلَقَدْ أَوْحَيْنَا, as we have mentioned, the Quran is not a story book. The Quran is a book of instruction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wherever He, in His perfect knowledge and wisdom, whatever part of the story He wants to mention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions. Only one story of one Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Had Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, has been mentioned in chronological order, the complete story that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned. But and there's a wisdom and reason behind it. But other Anbiya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given excerpts, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given excerpts, shouldn't say excerpts, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned certain parts of the story as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His perfect knowledge saw fit. وَلَقَدْ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَسْرِ بِعِبَادِي, and we revealed to Musa an asri bi'ibadi, saying that set out with my servants. فَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ طَرِيقًا فِي الْبَحْرِ, and asri bi'ibadi, secretly at night. فَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ طَرِيقًا فِي الْبَحْرِ, then make for them a dry path, yabasa, across the sea. Yabasa, dry path, طَرِيقًا فِي الْبَحْرِ yabasa, strike for them a dry path across the sea. So this sea, according to most historians, is the Red Sea, which separates out the Arabian Peninsula and the place where these people were, Had Musa and Bani Israel and the Qibti people, the people of Fir'aun, they were in the present day Egypt. So Hazrat Musa alayhi salam was commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave at night and strike the Red Sea with his staff, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make dry paths for these people, the people of Israel, the Bani Israel, to cross that ocean. لا تخافوا دركا ولا تخشى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them assurance that you will not have any fear of drowning. So the two kinds of fears that they had when they were leaving was, one, Fir'aun will catch up to us and kill us, and the other fear was that we will drown if we try to cross this huge big sea. So the Red Sea, still today, it's a big sea. It's not a small body of water, it's not a river or something, but it's a big body of water. And these people, upon the command of their Nabi, Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, they did leave. But the Bani Israel were such people that they really did not want to believe in their Nabi either. So when the Prophet Musa alayhi salam told them that we are going to leave in this way, they came with him, but when they came to the Red Sea, they started questioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and their Nabi again. With the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, had Musa put his staff in the sea, and the sea split into not one or two but 12 different pathways, and those were very dry, and the water basically kind of froze, and in such a way that those were transparent walls. So the 12 tribes of Bani Israel, and these 12 tribes had come from each of the brothers of Hazrat Yusuf. So if you remember that when we were reading Surah Yusuf, we had learnt that the Prophet ﷺ was asked about that Nabi who had moved from Levant, from the area of Syria to Egypt, and then the whole story of Hazrat Yusuf was given, and Hazrat Yusuf had 12 brothers. So from each of those there was this one tribe of Bani Israel, and they were numerous. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had increased them in number. Some ulama have written that they were as many as 600,000 people altogether that crossed the sea in this fashion. Each tribe had their own way, and they were transparent walls, so they could talk to each other as they were crossing the Red Sea, and they could know for sure that each of those tribes is safe, and in that way they crossed Red Sea. So when they entered the sea, the Fir'aun who was in pursuit, he came, and his army, and when Fir'aun saw this miracle, that he saw that the sea is splitting up into pathways for Musa ﷺ and Bani Israel, he became very he started trembling in his heart. But and this is one point that the Mufassirin have written, that to keep his name, to safeguard his apparent false honor, he said to his people, the Qibti people in his army, that this is my miracle. The sea is so impressed by me that it has split up. And neither he nor his people thought that what kind of a miracle is this that is going against our false god itself. And he knew that this was a work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he knew that Allah was on the side of Hazrat Musa, and he knew that there was some other God. He was not true God, but still he was so blinded by his arrogance that he chose to jump into the sea in pursuit of Hazrat Musa and Bani Israel behind them with his people. And as we know, all of them were drowned. فَأَتْبَعَهُمْ فِرْعَوْنُ بِجُنُودِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Fir'aun chased them with his troops. فَغَشِيَهُمْ مِنَ الْيَمِّ مَا غَشِيَهُمْ. So they were encircled by that huge wave from the sea which overwhelmed them. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَضَلَّ فِرْعَوْنُ قَوْمَهُ وَمَا هَدَى. Fir'aun kept on and held his people in the wrong direction, kept on leading them, kept them astray, held his people astray. وَمَا هَدَى, and did not show them any good path. So this is the beautiful way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وَمَا هَدَى, it applies to both things. In this world, He did not put them on a good path. He put them on a path of destruction and drowning, and in the hereafter they are all going to go to hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us those people who are the people of the Quran, and those people who stick to the Quran. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the best of effect of what was said and heard. Amin ya Rabbal Alameen. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.